Ready.
Hey everybody, we are here today. I'm Jessie, this is Victor, and this is Alva, the History Hound. We're going to go through some recently donated books and see what's in the box. Thank you all for tuning in, and again, we are just going to have some fun here and see what we can find. And remember to check out our virtual book sale that's going on right now. So, what have we got in the What's in the Box today? Nevermore, a paranormal romance. There's a good, see, we like this one. What have you got, Victor?
Yeah, okay. Anne of the Island by L.M. Montgomery.
Ooh.
And it goes way back to printed in Boston. It goes back to 1915.
Oh.
And
First copyright?
no, unfortunately, there's like 17, but she was very popular in her day. This is the 17th edition, 1920. Somebody did a little bit of drawing, but it's still okay. And other books by L.M. Montgomery include Anne of Green Gables. Oh my, sure, Anne of Avonlea.
Oh.
This is one of her books.
I might have to check that
Anne
one
of the
out.
Island, yeah.
I love the Green Gables and Avonlea series. All right, so another one. Ooh, this will be fun for folks who like to get outside at night. The National Audubon Society's Field Guide to the Night Sky. And you can tell I'm ignoring my dog here for a moment. Oh, got all the constellations. 272 full-color photographs. 48 detailed monthly sky charts, plus 88 full-color constellation charts. I might have to set that one aside.
Well, here, for those of us that are, is from 1942, a Lucky Terrell flying story, Spitfire Pilot, by Canfield Cook. And it's got a little target like the British planes would have. And so it's got a lot of neat, it's a neat old story, and a lot of these are still pretty good.
Yeah.
Let's see the drawing on that.
I love the books with the old, like pictures and stuff inside of them like that. All right, another one. We've got The Melting World, which right now, since it's pouring rain outside, it kind of feels like it. Journey Across America's Vanishing Glaciers by Christopher White. That looks like it will be both interesting and depressing.
We've got here the Faraway Horses by Buck Brannaman with William Reynolds. And
That's in good shape.
yeah, very good shape. Very nice. Very nice.
For any of the horse lovers out there, that's a fun book.
Robert Redford is a monk, Tom Brokaw, and the Smithsonian all are recommending it.
There we go. And this one is the United States Department of Interior National Parks Portfolio from 1928. That's pretty nice. Oh yeah, we got some old, the Paradise of Anglers, got some cool old photos there. Land of Enchantment, Yosemite. Early Morning Besides Mirror Lake. That's a cool old book. And still in pretty darn good shape. Rocky Mountain National Park right there. Might have to flip through that one. Cool. Definite for park lovers.
And here we've got a copy of 4,000 Years of Uppity Women.
I should read that one.
Rebellious Belles, Daring Dames, and Headstrong Heroines Through the Ages by Vicky Leone. And let's see who we've all got among them. Let's see. Outwitting an Impaler Husband.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that
Female
black?
Nostradamus. That's in one period. Oh, that's from the 1450s to 1750s. I bet that was Dracula's wife, the Impaler Husband. Uppity Women in the New World. Let's see here. I would think Molly Pitcher is among them.
Mm-hmm.
So it might be a lot of fun to read. Let's
See, the hound dog
Tell
thinks
your
so.
husband, read it something to your husband, tell her he should be grateful.
Well, that's just a little light reading you keep beside the bed.
Yeah.
How the Leopard Changed Its Spots by Brian Goodwin. This is a pretty book. I've heard of the old story, but I'm not sure what. Wave patterns in an aggregation of slime molds. Well, this is definitely on the molecular level. Whatever happened to organisms? Okay, so I think this must have been someone's textbook, but check some of those pictures out. So anyone who's into slime, molecular level things, and cool photos, this is a book for you. You never know what you're going to get in here.
Here's a couple of them. Fuzzy Yellow Ducklings by Matthew Van Fleet. And you get to feel them. And there's like the triangle, which is sort of rubber feeling, and circle, which is fuzzy and soft, like a duck, which in fact it is. And then there is one called Maisie's Favorite Clothes. Includes hat, cap, sneakers, overalls, ballet outfits, and a pirate costume.
These are two, looks like some pretty fun reading. We've got Kim Harrison's Pale Demon and Patricia Briggs' Frost Burnout. So for the sci-fi fantasy fiction fans, right here we've got some New York Times bestsellers.
There's a book here, it's a Montana book, Counting Coop. It's True Story of Basketball and Honor on the Little Bighorn by Larry Colton.
Didn't they make a movie out of
They
that?
may have, I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah, there is quite a bit. There's a number of people that, one of them people is Keith Olbermann, people that have recommended it. But our Times two sports writers, not the mere recorder's game, but rather the conveyors of the otherwise ineffable meaning of the games are listed. Okay, Larry Colt may be among them. But anyway, it's a story about Montana and some kids that did real well.
No, if it's the same one that they made the movie out of, that is a really great book.
Mm-hmm.
So this one is Thomas Pynchon's Inherent Vice, especially for the readers of, well, anything Pynchon. He's an interesting fellow. Inherent Vice is the funniest book Pynchon has written. It has the moral fury that's fueled his work from the start. He's ferociously compassion for America and the lost tribes who wander through it. Rolling Stones.
We've got a river running west, the life story of John Wesley Powell, and he had a lot to do with exploring the Grand Canyon.
Oh, that looks like it would be really good for a dark, cold evening in Montana around January.
Yeah, especially the nice warmth. To get the nice warmth.
So, what have we got here? Lions, 100% wolf. Not sure, but that's what you never know what's in the box. We got something written in here. Happy birthday, 2010. Love, Grandpa. There we go. It's got some really interesting photos and little things in it, though. Might be fun just to flip through. It's got large font, so must be a young adult book, I'm thinking.
Here we have Jamie Harrison's Blue Deer Thaw. I've read this. This is a detective. That story is set in Livingston, Montana area, and some really great stories. Jamie Harrison also wrote The Edge of the Crazies.
All right.
And I really enjoyed them.
So here's a good young adult book, again, Shooting Kabul, and it is a worthwhile book about the immigrant experience. So it's about Fadi, who never imagined he'd start middle school in Fremont, California, thousands of miles from home in Kabul, and half a world away from his missing 6-year-old sister Miriam. Adjusting to the United States as an immigrant experience. That is going to be a very important and interesting book for all of us young adulters. Me, I'm gonna ha ha ha. Ooh, that looks cool.
This is very
Ooh,
cool.
Black Beauty.
By Anna Sewell. And it's a little bit shaky, but it's pretty good shape, really, considering the age. Printed by the John Weston Company. Copyright 1927. And I don't see any other dates in here, so this might be even more valuable. Some beautiful lithographs or pictures inside. And there's another one too. It says a little bit, oh yeah, there's another one too. Dreams of a Warhorse.
Oh, yes. I loved Black Beauty when I was a kid. I mean, what young girl didn't? This one is an interesting one. It's a beautiful cover here, and it's one of those that you just never know. So this one is a visit to the South Seas in the United States ship Vincennes during the years 1829 and 1830, including notice of Brazil, Peru, Manila, the Cape of Good Hope, and St. Helena by C.S. Stewart, chaplain in the U.S. Navy and author of A Residence in the Sandwich Islands, 1823 and 1825. So this one is copyright 1833 and entered according to an act of Congress in 1833 by J.P. Haven in the office of the clerk of the Southern District of New York. That's going to be some interesting passage around the Cape of Good Horn. The glory, what is Rio de Janeiro? These are letters, too, from the ship's chaplain. Moral aspect of the crew. That might be an interesting part to read. Arrival in Nukuhiva. All right, that's a cool part. And old. 1833.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's going to be one of our oldest.
On the lighter side, Patrick F. McManus.
Yay!
And Patricia, the troll, McManus Gas. What You Got Stew. And it's a cookbook.
Oh.
Humorous cookbook. So it's a little bit of biography in there and also recipes. Like there's Mom's cornmeal mush, 1.25 cups cornmeal, 1 teaspoon of salt, 2.5 cups of boiling water. And it tells you how to combine them all and serves 4 people. Aunt Vera's noodles and Paul Croix sandhole biscuits, fluffy white frosting, dream bars, sugar plum bars.
This, ooh, wouch, that hurt. So this here is Montana by Edmund Christopherson. And it looks like forward and dedication to a great state, a state it takes time to know and is well worth knowing. To those who live in it, who wish they did, who come to visit, and especially to the many who have helped toward the accomplishment of this book. This here is Montana is warmly dedicated. So it looks like, I mean, just a lot of really good, here's a little bit about Missoula, the valley town, the fabulous Flathead, Glacier versus Yellowstone. I think we bored the hound dog. Got this photo of a young gent getting tromped on by a bronc there. And it was written in 1961. Back when Montana was Montana.
It was a long time ago. Okay.
Different world.
Pocketbook, Herbie Goes Bananas. And it's based on a Walt Disney production. It's by Joe Claro. It's a novel by him, and then it's written by Don Tate, so I'm not sure. It's a little crazy. Based on characters created by Gordon Bouffard. And it's a short little novel based on one of the movies that Disney made from back then.
All right, we're going to wrap it up here in a minute. We've got this is Fire Towers, Lookouts, and Rustic Cabins for Rent. Hiking Montana's Bob Marshall Wilderness. And Trekking Through Russia. And this one is a Walt Disney comic digest. I remember getting these at the checkout when my mom and I would go to the grocery store and I wanted my comic book.
Pantone, a Pantone color resource, color messages by Beatrice Eisman. And all kinds of little different ideas how to mix colors together. So if you're redecorating and rather than make a big mess and suddenly decide it's all the wrong color, well, you can do a little planning using this.
There we go. We've got The Tipping Point, How Little Things Can Make a Big Difference by Malcolm Gladwell, and then followed by that, Blink, the author of Tipping Point, Malcolm Gladwell. Did a little research reading there.
The Adventures of Moccasin Joe, the true life story of Sergeant George S. Howard by Susan Renault. And let's see. He was raised in New Hampshire, Massachusetts, was a Union drummer at the age of 11, survived a fractured skull in a serious train accident at 20, hiked, fished with the Sioux and Shoshone Indians throughout Montana, Nebraska, and the Dakotas.
She wanted to get in.
Yeah.
So here are some kids' books that are multilingual. So we got The Night Is Yours, Jame at the Gymnastics, This Beach Is Loud. She's helping. Alva. Come on, darling. There we go. Over here. The Hound of Literacy right here.
There we go.
You'll be famous. Ooh, that looks interesting.
This is St. Nicholas, illustrated, 1885, part 1. We don't have part 2 yet, but you never know. It may be in there, one of the boxes. And, oh, this is volume 12 of it.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful pictures. A little tissue paper things running through there. St. Nicholas is an illustrated magazine conducted by Mary Mapes Dodge, volume 12, part 1, November 1884 to April 1885. The Century Company, New York. Gold, it's got little bits of, you can see just, well, maybe not. I thought there's a lot of beautiful etchings in here.
Yeah.
Stories of, I think I remember hearing about that at one point or another. Here's a list of kings of England from Henry II, Edward IV. Some of these people were involved in the, I wonder if Richard III is in here. Yeah, there's Richard III. This uncle, assassin-based monarch might be, though in 2 years at Bosworth, his red sun went down. Then you go to Henry VII, Henry VIII, who...
Henry VIII, I am.
Right, he kills 2 of his 6 wives. And this goes all the way down. How far does it go? William IV, that is, I think he was an uncle to Queen Victoria. And I think 1830, so she took over about that. But it's a beautiful book. Beautiful pictures. And actually pretty good shape for something this old.
We've got some Martha Stewart gardening, month by month. I'm a garden geek, so I'm all about that, with some beautiful, wish my garden could look like that photos. And The Green House, New Directions for Sustainable Architecture. All right.
We have here a Song and Garden Birds of North America.
Ooh. It can go hand in hand with the garden book.
Yeah. And there's a little map here, shows where everything is. We're right over here, all the different birds that you come across. Beautifully, a lot of beautiful pictures in it.
Oh, yeah. I'm a birder, too, so that's, love my birds.
Mm-hmm. So, there's really nice illustrations in here. And eggs, describing all the eggs.
Well, in that we have the final book of the Hunger Games, Mockingjay. I've never read the Hunger Games, Probably shouldn't put that out publicly, but never have. So I'm sure there's some folks who would love that one though.
Here is a Where the Trail Divides.
Oh, that's a
Who
cool.
is this? Roland Ashford Phillips, Chelsea, New York, Chelsea House Publishers, 1925.
Wow.
Here's just a little list of the contents. Rich in alibis at a high bridge, an exchange of opinions, a surprising prisoner, a stroke of luck. You could write a novel just on that.
I think so. We've got some drive-in restaurants here. Back in the day, don't you miss drive-in restaurants that were, you know, roller skate, legit, Hoagieville-esque? We got the Chicken Dip. We've got the Corners Cafe, Joe's Hot Dogs and Polar Sausages, the Clown's Hamburgers, the good old days, car hops and customer service.
You Can't Be Serious. Writing and living American humor about Ralph Schoenstein. And Steve Allen, I remember him from back in the early 60s, late 50s, on television. Ray Bradbury for science fiction. It says here, Ray Bradbury says, "What is the cure for attending a lecture on humor delivered by a glum Wagnerian psychiatrist whose monotone induces slumber and whiplash in 98% of the audience? The cure? Ralph Schoenstein in his delightful book. He can tap dance on my night table anytime he chooses."
All right, we've got the Purple Cow. Transform Your Business by Being Remarkable by Seth Godin. I actually glanced through this once a long time ago, and it is rather entertaining and has some good things in there. I love the sit there, don't just do something. And lots of case studies. Mass marketers hate to measure.
This is I don't know if you're. Oh,
We're still going.
okay, I'll go. Okay. Chief Joseph's People and Their War. It's just a small pamphlet book about Chief Joseph. It's part of the Yellowstone Library and Museum Association in cooperation with the National Park. With some really nice pictures inside. It gives sort of a background, a slow background. And we've got quite a few other Chief Joseph books too.
All right, this is the last book in my box, and it is The Spy in the Caboose. Love these old books with the great covers on them. The Spy in a Caboose, a spy thriller for boys. They branded him a saboteur, yet he worked for their good. This is the strange tale of Sam Carvey, a young lad interested in railroading in British Columbia. Oh, this looks like lots of fun. 1942.
And here we have Outlaw Tales of Montana. True stories of notorious Montana bandits, culprits, and crooks by Gary A. Wilson. And let's just see if we have a little list of some of them. Con Murphy, Long Henry Thompson, Dutch Henry Luch and the Bandits of the Big Muddy Country, Amateur Outlaws of Wicks and the Wicks Payroll Robbery, and so on. Oh, George Big Nose Parat, and the Outlaw Kid Curry and Gentleman Abe Gill. And Kid Curry goes back to the times of the 60s. I remember when they had the Alias Smith and Jones.
Mm-hmm.
I remember those. I used to really enjoy watching them.
Well, everyone, that's what's in the box. So stay tuned. Come back and see us and the History Hound again. We'll be reading books. We'll be going through some boxes. Definitely thank you all for tuning in. Thanks for supporting the Historical Museum. Go to fortmissoulamuseum.org and check out the book sale page, and you can take some of these home with you today and support history and support literacy and support hound dogs. Thank you so much.